Don't worry, I know why you're here. You were the fastest. No one could stop you. You Naruto ran everywhere, and no bully could ever get you. No hater could stop you. You healed away from all problems. You were fast. Now you want to bring that to D&D. So, welcome guys, Fall Monk here. Now, this concept kind of started for a while now. There's been this argument going on between me and my wife on whether she needs Boots of Speed. So what it is, I run an Out of the Abyss campaign, and my wife plays in it, and there's also a Dwarven Cleric. These are the two stars of this story, and what was going on in between them was this character had Boots of Speed that they defeated, and I thought, well, okay, of course the dwarf's going to get it. And then he gets the boots, and I think, hey, he has only 25 foot of movement, and he needs to get close to people to cure wounds him sometimes. So I was just like, yeah, totally, you're going to get him. Then he says, no, you need him, don't you? And he hands him to the monk, and I'm like, what? Because my wife being a monk, she could get anywhere already, so it's like, why does she need them? And she said, no. He said, I need the boots. And I said, no, you don't need the boots. You're fast. And that has become the argument between my wife for me a while now. It's more of a joke at this point, but yeah. So that gave me the idea of how fast can a character go in D&D if we want to truly make Sanic. Now, what I'll say, this is more of a concept and may not be the most functioning character. You could do some neat stuff with it, but will probably not be the most offensively strong because you do have to sacrifice from it. So I'm sorry. Only the toughest can have this. Only the true can have it. You gotta have the true resolve. Now, what it is starting out, what you do is, the class will be monk, of course. And you may think, okay, just do 20 levels of monk. No, we are doing a filthy multi-class today, boys. Now, what that means is you take levels 1 through 18 all in monk. And the last two are actually going to be fighter. And reason being is you get the max speed you can with monks at level 18. And what that is you get plus 30 to movement, and also you get the ability to run up vertical surfaces and water as long as you're still moving. So, yeah, you're already a speed demon as it is. And your average race is going to have 30 foot of movement as it is, with the exception being the smaller races only have 25. So you should have about 60 foot of movement there. And this is where you got to start sacrificing for it, because a monk is going to only have 5 ability score improvements normally. But since you're only going to 18, you only get 4. And you have to sacrifice 2 of them for this build. And that is, first one, you're going to want to take the mobile feat, which gives you plus 10 movement. Once you attack an enemy, they can't make opportunity attacks on you. And when you dash, you are not hindered by difficult terrain. So that's going to make you faster as it is, and your movement will be 70. Next, you will take the Magic Initiative feat. And what that will do for you is, first you take it in Druid. And the reason you take it in Druid is for one spell in particular that a few classes have it, but this idea worked the best for me when you take it. And that is you take the Longstrider spell. And it's a duration spell for 1 hour. Your speed is increased by 10. And the Magic Initiative gives you 1 cast of that, and it gives you 2 cantrips. The cantrips don't matter as much, but I had the hilarious idea, and why I picked Druid is you can, aside from the fact it matches well with Monk, because it's both wisdom based, you could take the cantrip Thorn Whip, and what Thorn Whip does is you can yank someone closer by 10 feet. So if someone just happens to get away from you, you have that. Now, other benefits you're going to have from the monk side is they have the ability to, as a bonus action, use the ability called Step of the Wind, where they can dash as a bonus action. So with that, you can dash as a main action and a bonus action dash, and that will give you 320 foot of movement as it is. But that's not enough. Now, what we add more into this is, and this is also going by, I'm not sure how widespread of a rule this is, but when I was reading through the DMG, I realized in running a chase scene, it said all you can do for dashing is you can only dash equal to your Constitution modifier, 1+, I'm pretty sure, kind of like when you're holding your breath. And that makes sense to me because you sprint all the time, you're going to get winded. So that's going under the assumption you can't do this, but you're still going to have a fast character overall. So no limits on your dashing, just doing that, you're going to be going pretty fast. Now, the other variables you can add into that is where we get into the fighter. And the reason it took 2 levels in fighter, the other abilities don't matter as much, but what mainly is you can get is action surge. And what you do with action surge is when you action surge, it gives you 1 additional action and a possible bonus action. So you can possibly use Step of the Wind again. I've heard a lot of DMs argue whether it's either or you just can't use another bonus action at all. So I didn't factor this in when I did all the math for it, but that isn't a possible option. And it's also going under... so this is... so what you could do with this is you could also dash as a main action with that action surge, then use your action surge, dash again, then bonus action dash. And this is... And now, the final thing you add to this is the race. And there's 2 possible races I think will work best with this, and that is Wood Elf and Tabaxi. And the distance between them will be... Wood Elf is going to be the long distance runner because they get a static +5 in their movement. So their max speed at base will be 85 foot of movement for 6-second intervals. That's a big thing to think about. You move 85 foot in 6 seconds. That's insane. Now, what Tabaxi can do is they have an ability called Feline Agility, where your reflexes and agility allow you to move with burst of speed. When you move on your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of that turn. Once you use this trait, you can't use it until you move 0 feet on one of your turns. So you get a full dash where you can just double everything you have. So yeah, that's something. Then, on top of that, there's the final dreaded Boots of Speed, which double your movement again for 10 minutes. So, it takes a bonus action to click them, so you will have to click them before you go into Ultimate Sonic mode. And so, what I'm going for here is I did some math on it, and this is going to be going under the assumption that there's no limits on your dash. You can't use another bonus action with your action surge to Step in the Wind twice, and you and it's kind of and you already have your Boots of Speed clicked. And first for Tabaxi is what I came up with when this is the sprinting side of it. Is first you have 80 foot of movement, then you dash, you have 160. You dash again as a bonus action, 100 that's 320. Dash again using your action surge, that's that is 640. Then you use your Boots of Speed, that's 1080. Then you finally use your Feline Agility, and that brings you up to 2,160 foot in 6 seconds. So you quite literally can make the Flash in D&D using this and enter the Speed Force faster than the Flash Paradox movies. Yeah, so that's something right there. And I did the math on it, and basically for this, as this Tabaxi, my math's not perfect, I'll say that clearly, I'm never good at math. But you can go 1 kilometer in 11 seconds, so a little under about 2 rounds, or you could go, or you could do 1 mile in 29 seconds, about 5 rounds. Then the Wood Elf. The Wood Elf, being the more distance runner, what they can do is they can do 1 kilometer in 17 seconds, or 3 rounds roughly, and or 35 seconds, about 7 rounds. And also, their max speed is 1,360. So while they may not have the best, but they have that static boost to it, where Tabaxi have to use like their one ability to get like the super dash. So if you don't want to risk using that, you want just a static boost, Wood Elf would be what you want to do. And now to add the final variable to this that is the only thing that makes you even faster And that's, you talk the wizard or a sorcerer in the party to getting the haste spell, and that will double your movement one more time. And for Wood Elf, making you your speed 2,720 or 4,320 as a tabaxi. Yeah, that's it, guys. That is the fastest character I could possibly come up with. There's some other things you can do and other ways you could do it. Like if you just want to go through a party magically augmenting you, you could do basically Windwalk, Longstrider, and Haste, and that would be about 620 foot in 6 seconds, I want to say. And I'm not sure if you can dash on top of that. I've never actually used the Windwalk spell, so yeah, that's what you get with that. So this is, and we'll make Flash, Sonic, whatever, or just like a fast character in general, just for joke's sakes. There you have it. And the only ways I can think of is you're a monk, so you're going to be viable as it is. And other things you can pair with it. I think the Charger feat would be good with it, because Charger, if you dash as an action, you can do an attack as a bonus action, and also you add damage on top of it. So that's a good thing to add to it. Other than that, you cannot get hit if you make this right. So yeah, because nothing can catch you. So that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you for all the support I've been receiving lately, and just let me know if you want me to do anything else. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.